Alright, folks, welcome to a weekly outlook, weekly market forecast, and weekly higher time frame drawn liquidity on what I think where market is going to head to on the higher time frame on EURUSD, DXY, and GBPUSD. On EURUSD, we have a 6-month range high, range low, range high, and range low. Right when the market makes a range, right when the market makes a bearish candle and a bullish candle, we're automatically in a range, especially in the higher time frame. We have had a lot of candles inside this range, but market project the range low. Now, market is highly likely going to head to the range high. We as well have another range, so range low, range high. Range low got pairs going to range high. And why do we not care about this kind of right over here? Because we're automatically in this bigger range. And if you go to the higher time frame, if you go to one time frame above this 6-month time frame, 12-month time frame, we have a 12-month CRT double purges. Range high got purged, we're going down range low, which we made the range low. Now the range low is still respected. So from the range low, we get the range high. What is range high? Another scandal. It's because double purges. So then again here, range high got purged, we're on the range low. Range low got purged, we got respected. It was the wrong market formation before it candle closed. Now we're going to range high to this candle. So in a 6-month time frame is a range, a 12-month time frame is a CRT. Now going on to lower time frame, 3-month time frame, we have this 3-month, not 3-month, monthly time frame. We have this monthly, the sequence of the candle. First being the model 1. And the model 1 is multiple here. You get this right over here. Overall, this is your model 1, right? But since Romeo, let's just say specifically one candle, your model 1 would have been this candle, right? So this right over here is your Pacific candle. So we had the first stage, which is the model 1. Second stage is the breaker. Third stage is the OTE. And fourth stage is the KOD. So we just did that second stage, which is the breaker. Right, the breaker got tapped. And this is our key level. So you can see this is the Pacific high that broke out that super lows. So this candle is our breaker. So as you guys know, the sequence of CRT is first Soda Soup, which happened down here, model 1, breaker, OTE, and KOD, which is going to happen right before it takes out the drawn liquidity. Now, our key level in the higher time frame on the monthly time frame, we just bounced out of the monthly breaker. As you guys know, the sensitive point of breaker blocks are the body. But that's useless because that's a higher time frame. I want to go to lower time frame to get the intraday trades and lower time frame risk, higher time frame reward. Now in the lower time frame, since we have been expanding for a very long time, we do need to retrace a little bit. So on the weekly time frame, all the monthly stays is bullish. The weekly can say different wise, but the short-term drawn liquidity always leads to the longer-term drawn liquidity. On the weekly time frame, weekly ERL back to this weekly IRL. Which the weekly IRL already has SMT here, but we change back to it, right? Because we already has no longer SMTs here. We have weekly ERL back to this weekly IRL, which is my goal to meet, as well as we have a weekly CRT, so we can go up higher, further the weekly CRT high, then go down to the weekly CRT low, as well as tap this weekly IRL and eventually bounce out of here from there on forward. Now going up to lower time frame, on a daily time frame, we have a daily at the moment, or we already have a daily CRT to the downside. But if the weekly time frame needs to go up higher, it's gonna purge out the daily CRT high again. So in the lower time frame of daily CRT, you have a daily ERL to IRL. Right, where the scan right over here, it went on this candle, I went in this upper buy gap because This for right gap inside of CRT. So daily ERL, there's IRL, as well as we have a daily CRT to the downside. So that is the higher time frame draw on liquidity, the weekly outlook of market forecast for EURUSD. Now let's go over to DXY. Then we're gonna head to GBPUSD. Now let me go to a lower time frame to get this better look, because this is inverted, so it's kind of hard for me to analyze it, right? So if this is going down, it's gonna be going up. So yeah. So we have range high, range low. Range high got purged. We're going on to range low. So liquidity. Range low is down here. Another range high, range low. Same thing, but just inverted. Because this could be SMTs here, by the way, so you want to be very careful. So we have a 6 month range high got purged, 6 month range low, range high. Right after bullish bearish candle, we're automatically in range. Same thing over here, bearish bullish candle. Right after this bearish bullish candle got created, automatically range low got purged. We're going to range high. And eventually you can see market pushed all the way back down, then eventually hit the high. Why? The resistance blocks are the first target you want to go for. So your first target will be the resistance block, then eventually will be the high. So market went the range low, range high, then eventually you fully targeted the range high. So now go to a higher time frame. This higher time for CRT low, CRT high, CRT low got soup, you got respected, we want CRT high. Right. Eventually now we have a double purge, CRT high got purged, we got respected still. For this kind of close because it never closed above it. But closed above this candle, and before he closed, he gives a market confirmation, so he's still respected. So now John looks at CRT low because of double purges. Again here, same thing again here. We have purge at the low, purge at the high, first candle close gives a market confirmation. So in the higher time frame, just CRT, in the lower time frame, just a range. Now going on to even lower time frame, 6 month. That's all we have. Now going on to the 3 month time frame. What do we have here? Not much, because the sequence is based on the hourly time frame. On the monthly time frame, monthly sequence was already happened, which is total sweep sequence 2 was the month 1, which got tapped. Sequence 3 was this breaker, which got tapped. So to the price point is this start of the month 1, start of the fucking the start of the breaker is the center of price point. You can see market did go up higher beyond the breaker block. Eventually did tap the high, but we don't trade the the dollar, so it would have not mattered. Now if you go mark out this range high to range low, we have been expanding for the past couple 2 quarters. I feel like the 3rd quarter should do another expansion before consolidation, but it could definitely consolidate around the 50% mark, because usually at that range high, right, is a range high, range low, 50% mark. Okay, market usually consolidate, total soup, then go down, right? So market to consolidate around here, do some sort of pullback up higher, consolidate, total soup again, eventually to go down lower to the targeting the range low. But it could also not happen. It could also go down lower without waiting. But this is a higher time frame. We need to pay attention to the seasonal tendencies. In the next 2 days is going to be the next quarter. So the next quarter can come down in the next 2 days. It's going to come back. It's going to come down in the next 2 days. I expect another expansion, another seasonal bullish bearish seasonal tendency, because you can see there's a lot of choppy, for a lot of months it has been chopping. So there should be another bearish seasonal tendency. It should be another seasonal tendency where it's gonna expand without fucking around and consolidating like this seasonal tendencies. So now going down to the higher time frame, to go to lower time frame to the weekly, we have no weekly CRT. We did have a weekly CRT yesterday hit to the downside, which was with DXY, which was with EU, which the target already got missed. No need to do that anymore. But at the moment, we have a weekly EURL back to weekly IRL, which could be this weekly fair value gap, or this bullish candle, this basket liquidity could be this weekly. This kilo will go back to DXY, go to weekly time frame. This candle, this May 26th, right over here. So you can see on May 26th, the candle, this order block got tapped on DXY, while on GEU it didn't. So there was SMT with the order block. It was then going down to lower. So now we have a weekly. You can have a weekly EURL back to weekly IRL. Right, same thing with EU. Weekly EURL back to weekly IRL because market needs to do some sort of retracement. Will it do some sort of retracement? I don't know, but this is what the higher time frame is telling me. As well as with weekly CRT. And keep in mind, this is the higher time frame. So I don't know how this go until I don't know how this will, I do know how this will go on a long-term basis, 6 month, the monthly, but on the weekly, I may be wrong. But guess what? I'm still gonna be right. How come? Most of the time, consistently. How? The short-term drawn liquidity. Now on a daily time frame, we have a daily SMT CRT to the upside. So the daily SMT, we have a daily SMT CRT to the upside. So drawn look is overall this daily fair value gap, which is this gap. I don't know why it's a big ass fucking gap here, but this daily fair value gap right over here is our drawn liquidity here. First, if you go back to the dollar, if you go back to DGU, it should be a fair value gap. It should be the Thursday candle, right? Thursday candle, the Wednesday candle, Thursday candle. Yeah, this is our gap. So we're going from a daily ERL back to daily IRL, a daily SMT to the upside. We have SMT with the quality asset, which is DXY. So on EU and DXY, we have SMT, right? So, and as I said, we do want to project this high for going down lower. What could happen is we could go down lower here, project this low, go down here, do a retracement, then eventually go up higher, target the range high. And if the market wants to go down lower, you go down lower. If it doesn't want to go down lower, you just want to expand, you go expand. But we're gonna catch one of the move because if the market goes down lower, this could be a longer term play to the upside, targeting the higher time frame and just following the trend. If it goes to the downside, it's gonna be a counter trend, but that could definitely happen. Now, since we're not tapping any monthly key level here, the monthly time frame, we have not tapped any monthly key level. Our monthly key level would be this order block because this is the start of the order. Since it's a higher time frame, our higher time key level would be this candle right over here. This candle, all these two candles, right? But as you can see, for it to be a bearish order flow, it needs to go all down here because it's the last tap the higher time key level. Unless it goes down all down here, it's not going to be a bearish order flow. As simple as that. Because it already tapped the monthly key level, which is the monthly order block. But in order for it to close in a bearish order flow, it's to close below that low, which is not going to happen anytime soon. So that's what I have for DXY. On the lower time frame, we have daily SMT to the downside. So now go down to GU. Allow GU in the higher time frame. Section CT low, high, range low, gap, range high. Same thing because they all correlated. Low, high, the range low. As I said before, if you pay attention to DXY, it's higher time frame once again, the 6 month. Same context. So if you were to long up British pound in a 6 month time frame, you would have targeted just the 50% mark of this British block. But it will, why the 50% mark? You said the last time the start of it. This wick is very big, so it's still be very long wick. So targeting the 50% mark would be fine because resistance block will cause a retracement. Before market hitting the range high, it would tap the resistance block and cause some sort of retracement, which it did. So on GU, we have this 12 CRT. The 12 CRT look at soup. 12 the high. When you push out the high, it's lower perch. See that I got soup, so look at soup. Now I'm gonna have a real breakout out of this. Now if we go to this other correlated asset, we have another range high, range low, range high, or we almost 50 high, range low, almost 50 low. We'll push out the range high, push out the range low. We respected it both end, as well as we respected this end right over here as well. This is a higher time frame range. Right. So in the lower time frame at the moment, this is our range low, range high, range low. In the lower time frame is the range, and the higher time frame is the CRT, and higher time frame is the double per CRT, and the lower time is the range, right? Range low, range high. Range low got purged in the range high. So we're doing the same thing with GU and EU and DXY. They're all correlated, as well as we have this, in the lower time frame, you could see here. There's a 12 month CRT to the upside, but in the lower time frame, there's not a rate supporting it, so it's going to be less likely. But you could definitely get tapped. But as you guys know, ranges and the candle ranges are two different things. A candle range is different than a range. This is actual range here, so not a difference. Now going to the lower time frame, we have the right monomark confirmation. We had a breaker. We had I could see I got an SMT here with a low. Low SMT. That you see higher time frame SMT matters a lot because smart money technique was in play here. So we had SMT with that low. We had a breaker right over here. This is the specific candle, the top of a key level. Eventually from here on forward, we're going up higher. You can see goes right above it, key level. But as you guys know, the synthetic price point of this key level would be the start of the breaker. So we had the first sequence, which was the soup number 1 breaker, and which you can have some sort of KOD / OTE, which already looks to be OT there. But this is what we have for GU. So now go to low time frame even more, and GU would be something like this. So in the weekly time for weekly ERL, and have the weekly back to IRL as well as a weekly see the downside here. And will I trade GU? I don't trade GU. I just use GU as a quality asset because trading 2 pairs for me at the moment is very fucking difficult because I have a lot of shit going on in my life. I do not want to be trading 2 pairs. I want to trade 1 pair precisely and use the other pairs as correlated and SMTs. And we have SMT with these with EU again. You didn't project the high, so we have a daily ERL. We can go back to daily IRL. This is for provide gap. As well, we have a daily SMT to the downside, as well as a daily ERL back to IRL. So again, but this is my weekly market outlook, weekly market forecast. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, share. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. I apologize for the way I speak at the moment. It's because the reason why I fuck up a little bit when I'm speaking is because I'm speaking so fast that my mouth doesn't have enough time to say it out. So it fucks up with emotion. So from now forward, I apologize. I will try to stutter less and talk slowly. Because the reason why I'm, fucking up a little bit is because there's already 19 minutes in this video. And it's a weekly market outlook. That's why I fuck up. So I try to get it over with fast and not waste you guys time. But from now forward, since I want to talk more clearly, I will talk slower. So when talking slower, I have more consciousness as well as I can speak better. So I apologize for the way I speak at the moment. It will definitely get fixed over. And yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, show on the description down below, and I'll see you guys later. And my intraday, I said, since I don't go live anymore, my intraday bias will be only posted on the Discord. I will see you guys later, alligator. And we had a beautiful week as well. We had a negative 1 hour week, but we had some missed setups here, which we journaled, which we're gonna catch next time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.